Is it I, Lord? I've been so puffed up with pride, even as a child, too much. My father James often quoted from the book of Job, Judas, God abases the proud and saves the lowly. I didn't know what abases meant until Jesus knocked me down. I was there at the wedding that day in Cana, when Jesus' mother told him to make more wine. He became irritated with her and said, "Don't tell me what to do, man. The time to reveal myself is not now." Evidently, she already knew of his powers. Finally, he gave her and told the servants, "Fill the water jugs with water." I saw them do it. Plain cold water. Then he sent a cup to the man in charge of the wedding feast, who proclaimed to the bridegroom that was the best wine served at the event. I was there on the side of the hill on the shores of Lake Galilee when he gathered us around him and began to teach us many wonderful things. I was amazed and my prideful spirit began to break. When Jesus got in the boat one day, I climbed in with him and the other disciples. And we did just that. We followed him and left our old selves behind. Until tonight, I think. I realized that I deserted Jesus. Because my old returning pride, I ran. I admitted to myself. What if the word had reached my hometown that Judas, praise of the God, had been taken into custody with its radical leader? I could hear their mocking cries, "Ah, Judas, no longer Thaddeus, but praised only by himself." But he chose me to be one of the 12. I tell the rocks, my tormentors. I look up and inform a few stars left in the early dawn sky. Out of all the many disciples, one of the 12, one of the best, one of the best, one of the best, echoes back at me from the hills, but it's a jarring sound. I turn back to the rocks and weep for the man who Jesus saw in that day in Cana, the man I did not become. Now Jesus' strange words, "The first shall be last, and the last shall be first," made sense. He began to teach us the greatest one among us will be the ones who is a servant to the rest. Last night he served us. He even washed our feet. "Oh, Papa," I called to my dead father, "I have been amazed by God, just as you told me. I am aware of my surroundings, but I do not know where I am." Questions plague my mind. How did I get here? What time is it? It's surely past noon. Where is Jesus? He told us many things last night. I didn't understand. He called God Father, like he were a person. He also talked about another person, promised us a helper called Spirit of Truth. He said the world could not receive his helper because it cannot see or know this person. But you know this comforter, he told us, because this Holy Spirit will remain with us and live in you after I am gone. After I am gone? Where have you gone, Jesus? I asked the small brook I was splashing in, recognizing the flow to the Kindred Valley. I know where I am. I follow northward and began to climb slowly up to the Garden of Gethsemane. The olive press is empty, and the mill stands still. A jar nearby is broken into shards, just like my dreams, I think. Footsteps make a familiar sound. I turn except to see Jesus, and I see two young girls. Did you come to see the crosses too? The crosses? Agathala, the older one explains. She points behind me to the west. and I see a silhouette of 3 crosses, slightly north of the place of the skull. I dimly make out 3 crosses silhouette against the early afternoon sky. Whose crosses, I ask? Jesus. Again, the old one explains. Jesus, our grandfather, thought he might be the Messiah, but I guess he's not. I back away from them like they're poisonous snakes. Perhaps I frighten them too. They run away. And I flee from them, and I run, and I turn in the opposite direction. When I come to the place of the garden where Jesus prayed last night, I fall to my face and I cry. You knock me down. You knock down the proud. I tell God and ask, how can I be saved? My answer comes back from the wind, the voice of my father James. God saves the lowly. Finally, it dawns on me. My pride has destroyed me, and I betrayed Jesus in the time of need. It is you who betrayed. It is you who have betrayed me. I tell Jesus, forgive me. Forgive me. The place of Jesus' agony has become my place of agony. And I stand there until the afternoon begins to end in darkness. And the earth begins to shake, crying out, oh, why did I have to be the one to betray you, Jesus? Why? Why is it I?